accidentally told my friend I'd let my coworker ruin my life, and he overheard everything. Monday morning, he left a note on my desk that said, "We need to talk. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Lincoln Elementary, and last Friday after school, I basically ended my own life." It was 4:30 p.m. and the building felt empty. Most teachers had bolted the second dismissal ended because it was the Friday before a 3-day weekend. My friend Kate teaches 3rd grade down the hall, and we were sitting in my classroom with the door open, grading papers and decompressing. The conversation turned to Liam Cooper, the 4th grade teacher who'd transferred to our school in September. He was stupidly attractive, the kind of guy who wore sweaters with the sleeves pushed up and actually made parent-teacher conferences look good. He'd helped me carry boxes during back-to-school week, always saved me a seat during staff meetings, and had this way of laughing at my jokes that made my entire day better. "You're so obvious," Kate said, throwing a crumpled sticky note at me. "You literally light up when he walks into the teacher's lounge." "I do not," I protested, but I was smiling. "You absolutely do. So when are you going to do something about it?" I sighed. "Never. It's against school policy. Plus, what if it goes badly? I'd have to see him every single day." "But what if it goes well?" she pushed. I laughed, feeling bold in the empty building. Honestly, I would let that man absolutely ruin my life. I'd let him wreck my credit score. I'd help him hide a body. I would let him keep it down in there. My blood turned to ice. Liam was standing in my doorway, messenger bag over his shoulder, clearly about to leave for the day. His expression was unreadable, but there was definitely color in his cheeks. "Oh my God," Kate whispered. I started to speak. But he held up a hand. "The walls echo in this building, especially when most people have left." Then he walked away. Kate and I stared at each other in horror for a full 10 seconds before I grabbed my bag and fled to my car. I spent the entire 3-day weekend spiraling. I de-cleaned my apartment. I drafted a transfer request to a different school. I googled how to fake your own death and got 3 ads for life insurance. The worst part? I'd meant every word. I'd been half in love with Liam since September, but I'd buried it because our employee handbook was crystal clear. Romantic relationships between staff members are strictly prohibited and grounds for termination. Our principal had fired 2 teachers 3 years ago for secretly dating. Monday came anyway. I arrived at 6:45 a.m., hoping to hide in my classroom, but there was already a note on my desk. "Can you come to my classroom during your prep period? We should talk." Liam. My prep period was at 10:30 a.m. I spent the first 4 hours teaching fractions to 10-year-olds while having a full internal breakdown. At 10:30, I walked to his classroom on shaking legs. He was erasing his whiteboard. "Back to me." "Close the door," he said without turning around. I closed it and stood near the exit, ready to bolt. "Sit down," Liam said, gesturing to a desk in the front row. I sat. He turned around, setting down the eraser. "We need to talk about Friday." "Liam, I am so sorry," I blurted out. "I was joking around with Kate. I didn't know you were still here. I would never." He interrupted me. "What did you mean by it?" I blinked. "What? What you said about letting me ruin your life. Were you serious?" He leaned against his desk, studying me. My mouth went dry. Why does it matter?" He ran a hand through his hair, looking frustrated. "Because I've been losing my mind all weekend trying to figure out if you meant it. Because if you meant it, then I need to know." "You're not going to report me to Principal Hammond?" I asked. He looked almost offended. "No. God, no. Claire, I need to know if what you said was real because I have feelings for you. Real ones. The kind I've been trying to bury since September because we work together and it's against policy, and it could cost us both our jobs." The classroom felt too small suddenly. He exhaled slowly. "I've wanted to ask you to dinner about 40 times, but I can't. We can't. You know the policy." He looked at me intently. "When I heard what you said on Friday, for about 10 seconds I thought maybe it didn't matter. But then I remembered Amy and Brett, how Hammond fired them both, so I need to know. Was any part of what you said real?" I stood up, my legs shaky. I took the leap. "If we didn't work together, I would have asked you out in September," I said slowly. "I think about you constantly. I save you a seat at staff meetings on purpose. So yes, every word was real." Something shifted in his expression. Relief. Hope. "I'm leaving," Liam said suddenly. The room tilted slightly. "What?" "I got an offer from Riverside Middle School 3 weeks ago. I accepted it last Wednesday. My last day here is March 14th. "You're leaving?" I asked. He nodded. "Which means in 3 weeks we won't work together anymore. We won't even work for the same district." The weight of what he was saying settled between us. "Would you let me take you to dinner on March 15th? I felt tears prick my eyes. "Yes."